If you're over 60, this one's for you. And if you're the one keeping an eye on your mom or dad's money, it's for you too. Because every year, older Americans leave more than $30 billion in benefits and savings sitting on the table. Not because they don't qualify, because nobody tells them. I'm going to walk you through 8 of them. Most cost nothing to use. A few you can set up this very afternoon. And I'll tell you which ones are actually real, because the internet is full of free money for seniors nonsense, and you deserve better than that. Here's the strange part. Almost none of this is hidden on purpose. It's just that nobody whose job it is to tell you actually does. Your pharmacy won't mention the cheaper way to buy your own prescription. The government won't call to say you qualify for help. And the discount at the register only happens if you ask for it. So year after year, it adds up to real money left behind. The National Council on Aging estimates around 9 million seniors are missing benefits they've already earned. And if you're an adult child managing a parent's bills and appointments, you're not alone. Tens of millions of people are doing exactly that, usually with no instruction manual at all. So think of this as the manual. 8 things, plain and clear. Let's start with one almost everybody can use today. Number 1. You don't need a membership to use the Costco or Sam's Club pharmacy. I know how that sounds. You picture the membership desk and the card. But by law, the pharmacy inside a warehouse club has to serve everyone, member or not. At Sam's Club, a non-member pays no extra fee at the pharmacy counter. At Costco, you don't need a membership to fill a prescription, and the surcharge non-members pay on other things doesn't apply to prescription drugs. You just tell the greeter at the door you're headed to the pharmacy, and they wave you through. Here's why it matters. The cash price at these pharmacies is often lower than what you'd pay through insurance. And there's a free app called GoodRx that, for the 100 most common drugs, beat the average insurance copay more than 1/3 of the time, sometimes by half. So, the move is simple. Before you fill anything, ask the pharmacist 2 questions. What's the cash price? And is there a cheaper GoodRx coupon? One quick note. Paying cash doesn't count toward your Part D drug totals, so ask about that too. And if you're doing this for a parent, you don't even need them there. You can price it out yourself and bring it up at their next refill. Number 2. Hearing aids don't need a prescription anymore. This one surprises almost everybody. Since October of 2022, you can buy real FDA-regulated hearing aids right off the shelf. No doctor's appointment, no prescription, no $5,000 price tag. They're called over-the-counter hearing aids, and they're meant for the mild to moderate hearing loss that most of us start noticing in our 60s. A pair runs roughly $250 to $1,000. Compare that to the old way, through an audiologist, which averages about $4,600 a pair. The FDA figured people would save around $2,800. Now, if the loss is more serious, or one ear is much worse than the other, a professional fitting is still worth it. But for that, I keep asking people to repeat themselves stage. You no longer have to spend a fortune or even leave the house. If you're helping a parent who's been avoiding this because of the cost or the hassle, this is the reveal that removes both excuses. Number 3. A real doctor visit for about $29. Here's one nobody's talking about. You can see a licensed doctor by video from your own living room for around $29. No insurance, no membership. Services like Sesame and Amazon's Clinic advertise visits starting near that price, and general cash telehealth usually runs $40 to $90. For a refill, a rash, a simple question, that beats a trip across town and a waiting room full of sick people. The one catch: if they prescribe something, you pick it up at a pharmacy yourself. But you already know the pharmacy trick now, so that part's covered. For the adult child, this is a gift for the parent who resists going to the doctor's office. $29, and they never have to get in the car. Number 4. Senior discounts start at 55 or 60, not 65. Most people wait until 65 to think of themselves as a senior. That's leaving years of savings on the table. Walgreens has a senior day for people 55 and up. Kohl's gives 15% off on Wednesdays at 60. Goodwill, plenty of restaurants, and dozens of stores start at 55. The catch is that many of these are set by the local owner and won't show up on any list you find online. So here's the only rule that always works. At the register, just ask, "Do you offer a senior discount?" The worst they can say is no. And you might be surprised how often the answer is yes. Number 5. Medicare's yearly wellness visit is free. But one word turns it into a $200 bill. Medicare covers a full yearly wellness visit at zero cost. No deductible, no copay. And most people never use the one they've already paid for. But here's the trap, and it's a good one to know. The wellness visit is a planning conversation, not a physical. The moment you mention a sore knee or ask for a refill, the doctor has to add a billing code, and a surprise charge shows up, sometimes $100 or more. So when you book it, use those exact words. "I'm here for my annual wellness visit." Save the aches and questions for a separate appointment. If you're scheduling this for a parent, write that sentence down for them to say at the desk. Number 6. A program can pay your entire Medicare Part B premium. This is the one people can't believe is real. If your income is modest, there's a program that pays your Medicare Part B premium in full. That's $202.90 a month, back in your pocket, about $2,400 a year. They're called Medicare Savings Programs. Depending on your income, one of them covers that premium, and the most generous version also wipes out deductibles and copays. The income limits are higher than most people assume, and they're higher still in some states, so if you're anywhere close, apply anyway. Now, I'll be straight with you. This one has income limits, so it won't apply to everyone. But millions who qualify never sign up, usually out of pride or because no one told them. This is money you earned, not charity. If you're helping a parent, this is often the single biggest dollar find, and you can do the applying for them. Number 7. You can claim Social Security on an ex-spouse's record. Here's one that stops people in their tracks. If you were married at least 10 years, and you're now divorced and single, you can claim Social Security on your ex-spouse's record. It can be worth up to half of their benefit. It does not reduce their check by a single penny. They never even find out, and it doesn't matter if they've remarried. You both need to be at least 62. The amount ranges from about a third of their benefit if you claim early, up to half at your full retirement age. For a lot of people, especially women who stepped back from work to raise a family, this is thousands of dollars they had no idea they could claim. If a divorced parent is getting by on a small check, this is worth a 5-minute call to Social Security to check. Number 8. Medicare will not pay for a nursing home. This is the most expensive misunderstanding in this whole video. So stay with me. Almost everyone assumes that if the day comes, Medicare will cover a nursing home or long-term in-home care. It will not. Medicare only pays for short, skilled care, like rehab after a surgery. The day-to-day help most older people eventually need, with bathing, dressing, and meals, is called custodial care, and Medicare doesn't cover it at all. That care can run well over $100,000 a year. It gets paid out of pocket, through long-term care insurance, or by Medicaid, but only after a family has spent down most of its savings. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because families who learn it early can plan, and families who learn it in a crisis lose the house. If you're caring for a parent, this is the conversation to have while everyone is still healthy, not after. So let's turn all of that into a short list you can act on this week. 1. Next prescription. Ask the pharmacist for the cash price and a good RX coupon. You don't need a membership to use a warehouse club pharmacy. 2. If you or a parent keep saying, "What?" look at over-the-counter hearing aids before spending thousands. 3. Whatever your age, if you're over 55, start asking, "Do you offer a senior discount?" everywhere you shop. And 4, the big one. Go to a free website called Benefits Checkup, run by the National Council on Aging. It's benefitscheckup.org. In about 10 minutes, it checks whether you or your parent qualify for the premium help, the drug help, and the food help we talked about. It's free, and it checks dozens of programs at once. Here's what I want you to take from this. None of this was hidden because you did something wrong. It was hidden because the people who profit from your not knowing were never going to tell you. Now you know, and you can do something about it. If you're watching this for a mom or a dad, send it to them. Or better yet, sit down and go through Benefits Checkup together. That one afternoon could be worth thousands to them. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these did you already know? And which one surprised you? Tell us in the comments. Your experience helps the next family who's trying to figure this out.